Hey guys, so in this video I'll just be showcasing one of our latest plugins that we've just made and launched for Unity. And it's super simple and easy to use, and more importantly this is like one of the most helpful tools for any development team to keep track of their project and optimize the project more so that the performance on all devices is really good. So I'll just take you through a demo of how the plugin works. So all you have to do is just go to tools and then just click on ultimate editor analytics dashboard. Okay, and then so immediately if you see, so the we've basically just split this into four different tabs here. So the first tab is the general tab, the scene tab, project tab, and performance. So I'll just walk you through it one at a time. So the first thing is the general tab. So this basically breaks down all the assets in your project and shows how many percent of the whole project each file is. So in this case, we have many script files here. So that one is around 59 MB, and then we have a bunch of PNG files here, which is about 11 MB, and shader files are here. Then we have prefabs, assets, and materials. So it takes into consideration all the things that you have here, not just the asset stuff, but everything in your packages as well. Yeah, so let me just walk you through this. Then it tells you how many scenes you have in your whole project folder. So as you click on them, you can see it shows the size of each scene as well. And every time you click on one of them, it shows you where they're located. So in case you don't need some scenes, or you've created many scenes at the start for testing purposes, you can just use this to delete them wherever you want to. Okay, so this is one of those things. And then the next thing is the build size estimator. So here we showcase how big each final build will be for different platforms, so for PC, iOS, and Android. So what it does is it takes into account the file that you have added to your build settings, and then it shows it here. Okay, and later on, in case you want to if you add new scenes and stuff, you can just click on refresh general tab and it will just do that. But usually you don't have to do that, it just does by itself like every 10-20 seconds or so. Okay, so now let's move on to the scene tab. Okay, so this tab is basically what it does is it analyzes the scene which is currently open, and it shows how many mesh renderers you have. So in this case we have four different 3D objects here, so cube, sphere, cylinder, and a plane. And it gives you information about the geometry as well. So it says cube has 12 triangles, vertices 24, one count, and total triangle count is 12. Same for all the others as well. So what you can do is, especially when things start getting out of hand and you have so many different things that you are working with, what you can start doing is you can start sorting them by total triangle count or something. So this one, let's just do descending. So in this case, the sphere is like the most complex object here, and if you want, you can optimize it more. So all these are for your informational purposes only, and you can take actions based on whatever you see here. Okay, and then the next one is it shows all the assets that we use in the current scene. So it takes into account your materials that you use, the shader. In this case we have a shader that we are using, so that one is there. Then we have a texture that we are using, and then you can click on any of these things to reveal them in your project window. So in this case, let's see, we'll go to the wood thing. I think it's quite big for its size, I guess. So let's try reducing the size. Yeah, you can, as you can see, you can just reduce them based on the size here, and it'll just reflect here every few seconds. It'll just do that. Okay, so once this is done, one more very good feature that this plugin has is every time you press play, like we'll just press play right now, and let's see. So we have a rotating script here. Okay, so let's go to the cylinder inspector, just click on this. Let's just delete this thing from the project. And if once you delete that, you end up getting a missing script or a missing reference. So all that can be fixed in any of your scenes with just one click. All I have to do is just click on fix now, and the issue will be gone. So if I go to cylinder now, you'll notice the missing reference or the missing script has been completely removed only altogether. Okay, so this is one of those things that the scene tab offers. And then let's move on to the project. So this one basically just populates the whole thing with all the assets that we have in this project here, and it just lists them. It usually takes, depending on the size of the project, it usually takes a bit of time. So this one would take me, I would say, around 20 to 30 seconds. Like you can see, like I'm not forwarding it or anything. I'm just letting it run by itself. So you'll just be able to see here. Great. So as you can see here, it shows us all the things that we have right now in our project here. Right now it sorts it based on size, name, and based on the usage as well. So the number of times item has been used, we'll be able to see. Let's see, usage descending. Yeah. So as you can see, this texture is used a lot. So what we can do is, the main most important thing is we can strip all unused assets. This can especially be useful just before you make a project and submit it to your app stores and wherever it is. uh, this can help clean up the project by itself. Or if you want to, you can even go one at a time. You can sort it by size here, and then see, this thing is 9 MB. So if you want, you can just choose to delete this thing altogether and just goes away. You can just go through them individually and do this, or you can just strip unused assets and it will just clear up the whole project. Yeah. And finally, this is the performance tab here, and this tab gives you basic tips on how to optimize the project to improve its performance on all sorts of devices. This is just like a simple checklist sort of thing. Apart from this, when you hit play, we automatically make this into a whole dashboard where you can see the frames per second, render objects, the memory use, the CPU usage, all that thing will be there. And it also breaks it down here neatly here, and you can export this report here before you make any major changes if you want. So in this case, we just exported the report, and then it just gets saved in the project folder, and it breaks it down for you here. Okay. And if you notice the thing here, you'll be able to see like scene statistics. You'll be able to see how many objects are there on scene, on the screen, and everything. And apart from that, we also have a component analysis that we have, and this just gives an estimated impact on the total CPU usage. And since it's just out of since it's just a demo scene, the 40% impact is not too bad, and it's just simple shapes that we have here, so it shouldn't be too bad. So every time you just come to this area, you'll be able to see the thing move in live action, like how many frames per second can you generate possibly with the scene that you have. Yeah. So these are some of the things that we have right now in the tool as it is, and we'll be adding more stuff going forward as well, as will be coming as updates. Main things that we want to focus are like, we want to give the ability for the user to compress textures and PNGs directly from this menu itself, so that you don't have to manually go click on this, go to inspector and do this. Like instead, if you just click on compress now button, it'll automatically do that. So we'll be working on that in the near future, and we'll keep you posted. And if you have any feedback or any suggestion on new features that you want added to this, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. The email will be in the documentation that I have with the plugin, so you should be able to reach out to me. Yeah. Cool. Bye.